My dear brothers and sisters, we are now on the 6th week of Easter, and we continue to ponder with hope the promise of sharing the life with the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. The measure of our love for Jesus is manifested by keeping His word. Jesus said, "Anyone who loves me will be true to my word." But God knows that in our own capacity, it will be difficult for us to remain faithful because we tend to forget and we easily get distracted by our physical needs, by the concern we have for others, or by our emotional turmoils. That is why in today's gospel, Jesus promises us the assistance of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the very power of God that will enable us to live by His very word. The Holy Spirit, which is the Spirit of truth and love, helps us keep the word in our hearts. And when we are responsive to the guidance of the Holy Spirit, we find the inner peace that Christ has given us, a peace the world cannot give. To help us to go deeper into our reflection on the importance of the Holy Spirit, let me share my personal experience of adjustment here in America. Driving is a necessity for us priests to effectively minister to the needs of our parishioners. Often, I will find myself in a different and unfamiliar neighborhood, but I am grateful for the GPS installed on my phone. GPS, which means Global Positioning System. Through this application, I am able to reach my destination and come back to the parish safe and sound. All of us must have this GPS in our lives. GPS, for me, which means God's providential spirit. It is the Father's love and care, divinely guiding us on our journey, providing us help and assistance to ascertain that we will reach our destination, which is heaven. Yes, my dear brothers and sisters, the Holy Spirit is our GPS, and heaven is our destination. We will never be lost in our journey if we will always switch it on and use it for guidance and directions to be able to do the will of God in our lives. Listening to the Holy Spirit's instruction in our soul, we know when it is safe to turn right or left, to heed the Spirit's warning from what is happening in our neighborhood, or to make a U-turn to come back on track when we get lost on our way because of our selfishness and sin. To drive securely with the speed limit of humility, not of pride. We must not be complacent and comfortable just because we already know the way or are familiar with our destinations. At times, we blindly take alternate routes or shortcuts without knowing that they may actually lead us to a much longer or uncertain route because our instinct does not give us a wider perspective of what is happening around us. My dear brothers and sisters, we need the guidance of the Holy Spirit, our GPS, whom Jesus and the Father has sent us. Know that we are always under His radar. We just need to switch it on, always keeping and growing in Jesus' command and teachings. This was the same experience of Paul and Barnabas in addressing some issues of the early church of Antioch, Syria, and Cilicia. Together with Peter and the other apostles, they allowed the Spirit to dwell within them so that they were properly guided in their decisions and which course of action they needed to take. This is the same Spirit that was present then and is now continuously guiding the Holy Catholic Church. Driving with this guidance of GPS evidently gave me peace and certainty that I will reach my destination steadily and securely. May we always allow the Spirit to dwell in us so that we may remain living the word of Jesus in our lives, guiding us properly to serve and to love others as the Lord loves us. Amen.